we're working on a series video about 2D game developments, and we already finished the walking, the jumping, and yeah, what is more, the climbing. So when we achieve the climbing, yeah, you can see this is sort of elevator effect. But when you just get hold of this, press a certain key, you will just go up. But if you lose that, you will just slide down, and we don't want that. So in this video, I'm going to solve that by adjusting the gravity. So yeah, before we get started, I have a small favor to ask you guys. I'm trying to apply for YouTube partner program and still lacking subscribers. So you really help me a lot if you subscribe to my channel and give this video a thumb up. I update tutorial every day, so you won't get disappointed. Okay, so without further ado, let's get started. So now remember, let's just pause this game for a bit, and remember, you click this player and you can look at this rigid body, and inside the rigid body we got mass and we got gravity scale. So remember, when if you haven't watched my previous tutorial, you can check that out. It's a playlist. Okay, so in previous tutorial we talked about gravity scale. So we give this sprite initial speed, so the sprite will jump up when you press the jump key, and then the initial speed will get dragged down by the gravity, and this gravity can have a scale, so you can add 1, 2, 4, 8, something like that. So you can fine-tune that. But what about when you climb the tree? So what I'm trying to achieve is that when you actually got down the tree, you just get rid of this gravity, and when you get off the tree, you reset the gravity scale to whatever gravity scale that you have experienced. So the reason I use gravity scale rather than a certain fixed number, say minus 9.8, is that in different scene settings you might experience different gravity. So for example, if you got a scene inside the water, you may get a pretty less gravity than you usually on land. So yeah, that all depends. So now without further ado, let's jump to it. So we got a lot of serialized field, and I think it won't hurt just declare another float. So float, and that will be our gravity scale. Scale start. Yeah, I think the Copilot is so smart that they just know exactly what I need to declare, and then at the start of it, let me just grab that gravity, or equals to, yeah, I just need to tab it. It's so amazing. Player rigid body dot gravity scale. So I can access player rigid body and get that gravity scale. In this case, it will be 4, as I said earlier, because I sort of want to need this sprite to fall to the ground immediately when it hit jump. Okay, so we don't want it to like walking on the moon and float in the air. Okay, so once you initialize that, then when you actually go climb the tree, you are going to make some logic inside. So you can make your own judgment depending on whether you climb the tree or not. So basically, there are just two scenarios. If it's not touching the ground, yeah, and if it's touching the trees, you are going to actually execute the climbing tree. If it's not climbing the tree, you're not hit a layer mask of a named tree. You're not going to do that. You just exit this climb tree function. And I think if you already return, before you return, you need to reset the player's rigid body dot gravity scale, and that will be gravity scale at start, and whatever gravity that you set at the start of the game, you're going to return that. And when you actually climb the tree, we don't want gravity to work. We want you to stick on the tree. So there's a little tip for you. So what I'm going to do is to reset the player rigid body's gravity and make it 0. Okay, so I think Copilot do most of the work. We just need to revise that. I think that's pretty good. So if you're actually climbing that, you got velocity of climbing velocity and you got gravity of 0. So we got a pretty slow climbing. And let's check this out. Let's go back to Unity and let's reload it, and let's have a go. So I think I can, yeah, we don't need to worry about that. And I think I can change the game to full HD or something like that, and we can scale it. But right now, play maximized, so I can get the feeling of what it's been like if you enter the full screen. Okay, so left and right, jump, and when you climb the tree, you let it go. This knight's still there, and remember, he is playing the idle animation. So you can go here and exit it, and then you can jump. Okay, you can jump nice and high. Okay, I think that's pretty good. And once you touch the tree, you'll be able to stick on the tree, and as you exit the tree, you can jump again. But if you touch the tree, you won't be able to jump. Okay, you can climb up and down, left and right. Okay, but you sort of stuck here. Okay, so I think we still need to focus on the animation. So yeah, but we absolutely we achieved the functionality of sliding down. And of course, you can change gravity scale to a different gravity scale, so it will slowly slide it down if the player is not moving for a pretty long time, because the sprite may get pretty tired of grabbing on the fences on the tree, and maybe it's a slippery material. Okay, so it will slide down. You can adjust that. So the gravity scale is not 0, maybe it's 1 or 2, something like that. You can absolutely do that. And of course, you can add this pretty high, maybe 10, and then you can actually see that. So it's not necessary to be 0, because if you got a pretty I don't know, maybe a vacuum device in your game, and when you jump to it, you will suck down, something like that. Or you can even flip the gravity. So let's try it. If I jump, so you can see that you got a pretty interesting gravity here. Okay, so that's all depends. Okay, so preferably it's just 0, but of course you can control the speed, whether it will slide down, or let's make it even more interesting, is to flip that. Let's go to rider. What about minus? And let's play the game. So when you are touching the tree, you get a sort of elevator effect, and until you're at the top. And as you guys can see, the sprite still sort of vibrating. Is because once it got top, it got an initial speed of going up, but once you leave the tree, it will just get pulled down by the gravity. Okay, so it will just like floating at the top of a tree. You can do that when you are not touching the tree. For example, you are like a fountain, or maybe a wind, just sort of I don't know, maybe sort of a device that blow this person to the top. Yeah, we can do that. So it will give you a sort of an elevator effect. So and all the elevator just go up. Of course, that's yeah, that's how you can change your game and customize your game according to my code. Okay, so I think I will open source this code on the GitHub, and I will link a description below, so you can just go to github.com/WilliamJamin and you can find all the code. Okay, and yeah, I think that's pretty much it.